Jai Hind. Myself Nidhi Singh, Assistant Professor in Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. Today we are going to take a topic from a subject Fundamentals of Electrical Engineering. This is a first year course run in AKTU colleges. So today we will discuss topic from Unit 2, which is the relationship between line quantities and phase quantities in star connection. So before we derive this relation, first we will see what is three phase and what are the advantages of three phase. So the content of this lecture is generation of three phase supply, then reason for the use of three phase system, that why we are using three phase system, then important terminologies of three phase system, and then the interconnection of three phases, how we connect, and then we will derive the relation between the line values and phase values for star connected load. So generation of three phase supply, a three phase generator, it produces three voltages of same magnitude and frequency, but they are displaced by 120-degree electrical from one another. And although several polyphase systems are possible, the three phase system is by far the most popular because it is the most efficient of all the supply system. So the equation for 3 EMF can be represented as, here this is EM sin omega t, ER, this is the reference one. Then these are the three equations, and each one is lagging by 120 degree. So this EY is lagging with 120 degree. Again EB will be minus 240, or you can write plus 120 degree, right? So if you plot in a sine form, so here you can see that this is ER, this is EY, this is EB, and all are this EY and EB, these are all have a phase difference of 120 degree. So now reason of use of three phase system. So why we are using three phase system? The first is the constant power. So in a single phase circuit, the instantaneous power varies sinusoidally from 0 to peak value at twice the supply frequency. This pulsating nature of power is objectionable for any applications, right? So however, in a balanced three phase system, the power supplied at all instant of time is constant, and because of this, the operating characteristics of three phase apparatus in general are superior to those of similar single phase apparatus. Then the second one is, it has a greater output. So the output of three phase machine is greater than that of a single phase machine for a given volume and weight of the machine. Or in other word, we can say a three phase machine is smaller than a single phase machine of the same rating. And this is a distinct advantage of three phase system over single phase system. Then next is cheaper. The three phase motor are much smaller and less expensive than three phase motors, because less material like copper, iron or insulations is required, and moreover three phase motors are self-starting, and that is, they do not require any special provision to get them started. However, single phase motor require internal starting device. So when we will discuss single phase motor and three phase motor, we will see that the three phase motors are self-starting, no extra provision is required to start that motor. And when we will see single phase motor, then we will see that single phase motors are not self-starting, the extra provision is required to start that motor. So this is the very main advantage of this. Then the next is the power transmission economics. This is again a very important point. So transmission of electrical power by three phase system is cheaper than that of a single phase system, even though the three conductors are required instead of two. Like for example, to transmit the same amount of power over a fixed distance at a given voltage, the three phase system requires only 3/4 the weight of the copper than that required by the single phase system, and this means a saving in the number and strength of transmission towers. Then some important terminologies of three phase system. The first is balanced three phase supply system. So what is balanced three phase supply system? So balanced three phase supply system, the supply system, it could be a star or a delta connected. is one in which the three phase voltages are equal in magnitude and frequency but displace 120 degree from each other, and the same is true with regards to line voltage. In this chapter we will deal with balanced three phase supply system only. We are not going to discuss the unbalanced three phase supply. So therefore the wording three phase supply or three phase voltage etc. means balanced three phase supply, and in fact all electrical supply companies make effort to ensure the availability of three phase balanced supply at all the times. The next is types of three phase load. What are the types of three phase loads? So there are two types of three phase loads. It could be a star connected load or a delta connected load. The three phase load is said to be balanced if load in each phase is same. So load in each phase has the same impedance and power factor, then it is called a balanced load. So in a three phase load, it is a delta or star, does not meet any of one of the above requirement, then it is called the unbalanced load. Then the next very important term which comes in three phase system is the phase sequence. So what is phase sequence? So it is the order in which the voltages of three phases of an alternator reach their maximum positive value is called phase sequence or phase order. So in the previous slide here we have seen, so this ER is reaching its maximum position first, then after this EY is reaching, and then EB is reaching its maximum value. So the phase sequence is, what is phase sequence here? This is R, Y, B. This is the phase sequence for this particular case. So what is the need of this phase sequence? So phase sequence is basically it determines the direction of rotation of the motor. If you change the phase sequence, the motor rotation direction will get changed. So now coming to the three phase supply connection. So for in star connection, the similar ends of the three phase are joined together within the alternator and three lines are run from the other free end. This is shown in figure. Here you can see that one end of all the coils are connected here, right? So this is making a star connection and the other end is free, which is connected to the load. Similar, this is also a star connection. Here also you can see that one end is connected with a common point and the other end is free to be connected to the load. So the common point N is called the neutral point, and in delta connection neutral conductor may or may not be brought out. In a neutral conductor, if a neutral conductor exists, the system is called three phase 4 wire system, and if there is no neutral conductor, it is called three phase 3 wire system. So if one neutral wire is taken here, then this will become three phase 4 wire system, and if we are not considering this neutral wire, then this will be a three phase 3 wire system. Now the next is the delta connection. So in delta connection, dissimilar ends of the phases are joined to form closed mesh and the three lines are run from the junction point, as you can see in the figure. So in a delta connection, no neutral point exists and this is only a three phase 3 wire system. So here you can see this for this coil, this is R1 and it is joined with a B2, right? If we say that this is the starting point of one coil, then it will connect it with the ending point of the other coil. Similarly, this is the ending point, it is getting connected with the starting point of other coil. Here the ending of this coil is getting connected with the starting point of this coil. So this is, if this structure is formed, then this is called a delta connection. This is also connected in a similar way, just it is looking different, but this is also a delta connection. So now there are some terms like line voltage, line current, phase voltage, phase current. So what are these terms? So here we can see the first figure is a star connected load and the second one is a delta connected load. So the potential difference between any two line of supply is called line voltage. So these are the lines, these are the supply lines, and the voltage between these two lines like R and Y. So this R and Y, this voltage will be VRY. So this is called line voltage. Similarly, voltage between this Y and B, this is VYB, this will be called line voltage. Similarly in delta also, any voltage between these two lines will be called line voltage. The potential difference between any two lines of supply is called line voltage. And the current passing through any line is called line current. So whatever the current is passing through these lines is called line current. So this IR, this is flowing through this line, this is called line current. Here IY current will flow, here IB current will flow. So these are all line current. Similarly in delta also, this is line current, this is line current, and this is line current. So all these are line current. Now coming to the phase value. So okay. So voltage across any branch of the three-phase load is called phase voltage, and current passing through any branch of three-phase load is called phase current. So here, this is the load, this is our load which is connected in star form, and the voltage across this load is called phase voltage. So here we can see that this VRN, VYN and VBN, these are nothing but the phase voltage, and the current passing through any branch of this three-phase load is called phase current. So whatever the current is passing through this IR, or you can see IY, IB, all these are phase current. Similarly in delta also you can see that this current is this IRY, this IBR and this IYB, all these are phase current, right? So now what is the relation between these line values and phase values? So we derive the relation for the star value. For delta value, you can refer another lecture which I have already recorded for the delta value. So for star value today, in this lecture we will only derive relation for line and phase value for the star connected, for the star connection. So here you can see that this is a star connected load, and first we will see what are this VRY, VBR and VYB. What are they? These are the line voltage. Then IR, IY, IB, what are they? They are the line current. So here we will write that VL is equal to VRY is equal to VYB is equal to VBR. So all these are line voltage, right? Then next we can write IL is equal to IR is equal to IY is equal to IB. All these currents are line current. Then coming to the phase voltage, what are our phase voltage? VPH. VPH is equal to this VRN, right? Phase means voltage of this load. So this is VRN, or you can also write, this is here we have written VR, VY. You can also write VR is equal to VY is equal to VB, right? Then what is IPH? IPH is equal to, here you can see IR, IY and IB. So IR is equal to IY is equal to IB. These are my phase current, right? Now we'll derive the relation between these are the line values and these are the phase values. So first we will see what is the relation between the line current and the phase current. So from diagram only you can see that whatever the current is flowing in this line is flowing through the phase. So from here we can say that our line voltage and phase voltage are equal. So for star connection, the line current is equal to phase current. Now what is the relation between the line voltage and the phase voltage? So here we can see that VRY is our line voltage. So VRY, what we can write this VRY? This VRY, you can see that between these two lines, this R and Y, right? This R and Y, what is connected here? This path, right? I hope you can figure it out. So this path is connected. So what you can write this VRY? You can write this VRY is equal to the voltage from here to here. This is N point. So from here to here, this voltage is VRN. So you can write VRN plus, then from voltage from this point to this, you can write VNY. VNY. So this VRY is equal to VRN plus VNY, and you can write it as VRN. This here you can you write this VNY is equal to minus of VYN, right? We can write it. So we will write VRN is equal to minus of VYN, or simply we can write VRY is equal to VR minus VY. So VR minus VY, or in a similar way you can write VYB is equal to VY minus VB, right? Or you can write VBR is equal to VB minus VR. So now here we can see that if we solve this VR and VY, what is this? This is our phase voltage, right? So if we solve this phase voltage, what we will get? We will get the line voltage. So if we do VR minus VY, we will get VRY, which is a line voltage. So we will solve this by drawing the phasor, right? So first we will draw these phase voltages, right? Because if we solve this phase voltage, we will get the line voltage. So now first we will draw, this is VR, and now where we will draw VY? We know that VR, VY, VB, all these have phase difference of 120 degree, right? So if we have drawn VR, so VR we will draw at 120 degree. So this is VR, sorry, this is VY, this is my VB, RYB, right? And the angle between these is 120 degree. This is 120 degree, right? So now what we are going to draw here? So now we want VRY is equal to VR minus VY. So here we have VR, right? What we want? We want minus VY. So from where this minus VY will come? If you draw opposite line from here, that will be minus VY. So this is minus VY, right? So this angle, this whole angle is 120 degree. So what will be this angle? This angle will be 60 degree, right? This angle will be 60 degree. So now, so if you draw the resultant for this VR and VY, so you will get VRY. So how you will draw the resultant? You will draw one line which should be parallel to this minus VY, right? So from here you will draw one line, right? And from here you will draw a line which should be parallel to this VR. So here you will draw one line and this will meet at a particular point. So if you draw this line, this is, what is this? This is VRY, and this VRY is nothing but this is VN, right? And this is also, this is our phase voltage. What we have drawn? These all are phase voltage, right? And this is also our phase voltage. We have drawn the phase voltage, and this VRY we are getting the line voltage. Now what is the relation, right? Now let's name it. This is O, this is A, and this is point B. Now draw the perpendicular from here to here. Draw a perpendicular. This is a 90 degree, right? So this is C. So here you can see that this side, and all these sides are equal. This is a parallelogram, and the diagonals of parallelogram, they bisect and they are perpendicular to each other, right? So it means if this is a diagonal, then this OC is equal to CB. Can we write? OC is equal to CB. And now what will be this angle? This angle, this whole angle is 60 degree. This diagonal will also bisect the angle. So this angle will become 30 degree, right? So now OC is equal to CB, which is equal to, we can write this OC is equal to CB, and this whole line is VL, right? So this is equal to VL by 2. Can we write this? Right? Now, next is, what will be this cos 30 degree? Cos 30 degree will be equal to, this will be equal to OC by OA, right? Cos 30 degrees under root 3 by 2. And what is OC? OC is equal to VL by 2. This is VL by 2. And what is OA? This is VR, which is our phase voltage, right? So this is VPH. So if you, what will be the relation? VL will be equal to under root 3 VPH. So this is our relation for star connected connection. So for star connection, what we got? What relation we got? We got that line current is equal to phase current, right? This we can see from the diagram itself. Then VL is equal to under root 3 VPH. This is our relation for the star connected load, right? Now, what about the power? So total power. So the total power in the circuit is quite logically the sum of the power of the three phases. For balanced load, the power consumed in each load phase is same. So total power will be equal to 3 times of the power in each phase. So the for a single phase, what will be the power? It is IPH into VPH into cos phi. So if you multiply this value with 3, you will get the 3 phase power, right? So for star connection, we know that VPH is equal to VL by root 3 and IPH is equal to IL, right? So if we put VPH as VL by root 3 and IPH is equal to IL, you will get P is equal to under root 3 VL IL cos phi, which is called active power or real power or true power, right? In a similar way, you can find the reactive power, which is under root 3 VL IL sin phi, and the apparent power, which is the total power given to the circuit, is under root 3 VL IL. So what is the unit of this active power? The unit of this active power is what? What is this unit of reactive power? Is volt ampere reactive, and the apparent power unit is volt ampere, right? So just make a practice to write units for each parameters, right? Then now coming to the example. So here 3 coils, here you can see that this is a star connection. So 3 coils, each having a resistance of 20 ohm and a inductive reactance of 15 ohm, are connected in star to a 400 volt 3 phase 50 hertz supply. Then you need to calculate the line current, then the power factor and the power supplied. So here you can see that this is connected in star form, right? The value of R is 20. The value of inductive reactance is 20 ohm. Inductive reactance is given 15 ohm, right? And which is connected to 400 volt. So this 400 volt is nothing but the line voltage. So VL is equal to 400 volt and the frequency is given 50 hertz. Then what you have to find? You have to find IL. Then you have to find power factor, that is cos phi, right? And then the power supply, that is P, which is equal to under root 3 VL IL cos phi. So this you have to find, right? So these are the given values, right? These are the given values and these you have to find. So how will you find IL? Now just, you can't find IL. First you have to find IPH and then you will see the relation of IPH with the IL. I am repeating again. First you will find the phase current and then you will see the relation of phase current with the line current, whether you are solving for the star connection or you are solving for the delta connection. First you have to find phase current. You can't find line current first, right? So how will you find IPH? This IPH is equal to VPH. This IPH, this is a phase current, right? So you know the relation between I, V and R, right? So this IPH is equal to VPH upon ZPH. So what is VPH here? This is the star connection. The VL is given, right? You know that VL is equal to under root 3 VPH. So you can find this VPH as VL by root 3. And what is VL here? This is 400 volt. So VPH will be 400 by root 3. How will you find this ZPH? Sorry. How will you find this ZPH? This ZPH will be equal to under root, this R and XL is given. This will be R square plus XL square, right? XL square. So here, this is how you can find magnitude of ZPH. So after putting this value, you can find the value of IPH. And now in question, you have to find this IL. You have to find IL. So how will you find IL? You know that is a star connection, and you know for a star connection, IPH is equal to IL, right? So the value of this IPH will be equal to this IL, okay? Now how will you find cos phi? So cos phi, if you find the angle of this ZPH, that will be the phi, right? Or you can find cos phi is equal to R by Z, right? And then next you have to find this P, that is active power. So under root 3 VL cos phi, you know the value of cos phi. Now you know the value of IL and you know the value of VL. So putting all the value, you will get the value of P. So these are the answers. The VPH is 231 volt. Impedance we have find under root R square plus XL square. You are getting 25, right? So IPH will be equal to VPH by ZPH. You are getting 9.24. And you know that for star connection, this IL is equal to IPH, which is equal to 9.24 ampere. Then the power factor R by Z, you are getting 0.8, and this is the lagging power factor because here this is a combination of R and L. And then the power supplied is under root 3 VL cos phi. So you are getting 5121 watt. The unit of this active power is watt. So this is all about the relation between the line values and phase values for the star connected load. You can also refer the next video for the delta connection, the relation between line values and phase values for the delta connection. This is all. These are the references which is referred for these lectures. Jai Hind. Thank you.